Welcome back to Miss Max Academy. All right, let's take a look at number 9. In number 9, they ask us to use the midpoint formula to find the midpoint of a line segment whose endpoints are 5, -15, and 7, -1. So let's label our points. We know that every point has an x value and a y value, an x value and a y value. We call this point x1, y1 because it's the first point we see. We call this point x2, y2 because again it's the second point we see. Let's take a minute and review the midpoint formula. The midpoint formula is x1 plus x2 divided by 2. That's the x value of the midpoint. And y1 plus y2 divided by 2. And this is the y value of the midpoint. Every point on the coordinate plane has an x value and the y value. So therefore, the midpoint should have two separate answers, an x value and a y value. So let's plug it in. x1 plus x2 should be in our first numerator. So our first numerator should say 5 plus 7. And here, in fact, you see 5 plus 7 divided by 2. And again, y1 plus y2, -15 plus -1 divided by 2. All right, so we're going to simplify each of our numerators. 5 plus 7 is 12. -15 plus -1 is -16. So now the midpoint is 12 divided by 2. That's the x value. And -16 divided by 2. So the midpoint would be 6, -8. Again, 12 divided by 2 is 6. -16 divided by 2 is -8. The coordinates of our midpoint would be 6, -8. Tune in again for the next episode of Miss Max Academy.